Alright, so welcome back to the Ayrton Senna driver career. Now, last time out at Suzuka, it wasn't the most fun of races, to put it lightly. I was really not enjoying Suzuka. You know, the fast, constant cornering, the slippery curbs. It was not a good time. And yet, even though I wasn't having fun, I was still decently fast somehow, and I managed to finish in P4. Not sure how I did it, but I did it. Meaning, going into round 5, we lead the Drivers' Championship by 3 points over Max Verstappen. There's a 4-point gap back to Charlie, and a 7-point gap to Lance Stroll, who is 19 points ahead of his teammate, Fernando Alonso. Not sure that's entirely accurate. As you can see as well, we trail Aston Martin in the Constructors by 17. That isn't 17, that's 13. Where'd I get 17 from? I don't know, but anyway, 13 points to Aston Martin up ahead. Now, it doesn't look too bad, but when you look at Lando Norris's position, he is 46 points behind me after 4 races. Lando's best finish has been P5 at the season opener. He actually outraced me in that race, but since then it's just been awful. P8, P6, P10. Meanwhile, I've got back-to-back wins and then a P4. Look at Lance Stroll as well. Remember, this is Lance Stroll. P4, P3, P5, P1. What a driver! Anyway, today we're going to Imola and we're looking to extend our Drivers' Championship lead and maybe catch up in the Constructors. However, that may not happen because of one very troubling thing. And here it is. I don't know how accurate this is, but according to the Vehicle Performance Comparison chart, as you can see, we are 3rd slowest on the grid. We are behind Haas, behind Ferrari, RB Mercedes, Red Bull, Aston Martin. We are equal with Sauber and a diddy bit better than Alpine. This is actually very, trying times for the team at Woking, and we might be in for a couple of tough races. Let's just put it like that. Okie dokie, welcome to qualifying. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is the least optimistic I have ever felt about a qualifying session on this game. Not just in this series or this season, this entire game. I would genuinely be surprised if we make it into the top 10 today. Here are the current lap times. Max Verstappen leading the way by a 10th over Posh Spice, George Russell. Lance Stroll still up there. How does he do it? Kevin Magnussen in P6. That's a very good lap. Where is... Oh, wow. P13 for Lando Norris. Only 7 tenths off Verstappen. A 10th off P11. It's not great, is it? So that's the lap time we're going to try and beat. 1 minute 12.6. I don't know if I can beat that. Right, now, I don't want to use this as an excuse, but I'm going to. I've not played this game for 4 days. My PC blew up. That's no exaggeration. It did actually blow up. So I've not been on the game at all in the last few days. And my other excuse is that I haven't driven at Imola in like 2 months. So I'm sure this is going to go extremely well. Into turn 1, right over the curbing. Honestly, just trying not to crash, I think would be a good place to start. Learn the track, the ins and outs of the place, and then obviously give it the beans on my second run. Sector 1 though, not too bad. Could have been a little bit more clean, but not awful. And as you can see, I was 23 milliseconds down on Esteban Ocon. Or was I up? I don't remember, but it's something 23 milliseconds. Cut that corner way too close and then had oversteer. That wasn't brilliant. Then we go to Acqua Minerale, I think that corner's called. Could be a rare bit of wheel knowledge by FUTcrim. Now we enter the chicane. Now, luckily for me... Oh, wow, I've lost 3 tenths of a second through there. Luckily for me, though, through that chicane, I seem to be incredibly quick compared to the AI. So hopefully that's brought me a little bit of time back, but it's really not looking great. Out the final corner. Had a nice exit at least. Get the ERS on. Could have used a lot more throughout the lap. A 12... Yeah. Okay, right, relax. Oh, this is red flag territory. This is not what you want to see. This is Southampton in the Premier League territory. I am 4 tenths of a second off my teammate, and I currently reside in P20. 4 tenths down on Esteban Ocon, no less. Ooh, Nelly. Scratch that, I am now 6 tenths off my teammate Lando Norris. Let's look at the sectors. So a 23.2, 23.3. Honestly, not too bad. Half a tenth. Sector 2, though, 24.8, 25.3. So if I could just find about half a second in Sector 2, I think it's recoverable. But I don't know if I can find that much time. It is going to have to literally be a pixel-perfect lap. And I've got to try and do that when I am one of the most mistake and crash-prone drivers to ever touch this game. I'm sure this is going to go brilliantly. And here we go. This is a very, 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 very important lap. Let's do it. I'm going to use a lot more overtake. Down the main strip, we're going to go down to about 50%, I reckon. Maybe, actually, even more. Pretty nice run through turns 1, 2, and 3. Already a tenth and a half up. Now I'm actually going to lift through here. Little bit braking. Try not to lose the rear. That may have been track limits. Honestly, I don't care. And, hang on. Lock in. I have just set the fastest Sector 1. Hold on. Need to smash this. Which I nearly have done. If I just use a bit of overtake, that'll be fine. Now into the chicane, which I'm usually quite fast at. It's going to be another improved sector. Come on, FUTcrim! Come on! Speed and power! Into the final corner. That was pretty good. Bit of oversteer. 1 second! Bosh! Where's that going to put me? Come on! I know P6 isn't brilliant considering that I've been near the front this entire season, but oh, I've pulled that out the bag. I have really pulled that out of my arse. Like, genuinely, where has that come from? I tell you what, that was a lot of adrenaline. That got me going, you know? That was stressful. That was a stressful experience. I didn't like it. But I got the job done. Ayrton Senna, P6, 12.1. Picture this. After my first run, I was 6 tenths down on Lando Norris. I finish 3 tenths ahead of the bloke. Has he done that? Only 4 tenths away from Lance Stroll on pole. Yeah, that makes total sense. Honestly, not too bad as well. Max Verstappen second. That's okay. Of course, Leclerc is my 3rd title rival. He's 1 place ahead of me. I'm actually last of my 3 title rivals. Obviously, Stroll, Verstappen, Leclerc. Norris as well, P12. Not great for the constructors when the Astons are 1 and 3. Still, though, that is the absolute best. I was not going to get anything near better than that. One thing I want to quickly take a look at before we go into the race is the sector times and where I am. Oh, honestly, it's improvement everywhere, but my Sector 2 is still really slow. If I didn't find 3 tenths in Sector 1 and 2 tenths in Sector 3, I would have been finished, because my Sector 2 is still a tenth slower than everyone else. But I got the lap time in. What a time to be alive. Let's get into the race. And welcome to the race day. Bienvenue au Grand Prix de Imola. I'm aware that's French and we're in Italy, but that's the only other language I know to say welcome to. Anyway, you saw quali starting P6. I don't know how we're going to get on in the race. I don't think my pace is going to be brilliant because that quali lap was 110%. I'm going to be driving at like 90% in the race, so I'm probably going to be on the slower side, but it's Imola. Overtaking is difficult. I might just go pure defense mode. Alright, so here's the strategy for today. It's just a simple one-stop medium to hard. I haven't faffed around with it too much. Tyre wear is predicted to be on the low side. As you can see, after 10 laps, we're only going to be on 36 tyre wear, so I don't think an undercut or overcut's going to be worth it. I'm just going to stop when they tell me. And let us begin round number 5 at the Imola of the Grand Prix of the... Why was it called San Marino for a while? I don't know. Anyway, let's start. Still haven't got to grips with race starts, but we'll try our best. I'm going to go to about there. Get off the line. That was pretty good, but my car did bottom out. Oh, this geezer's, who's this? It's not Checo Perez, it's Lewis Hamilton. Okay, so I'm going to lose a place. I might be able to try and get it back into turn 1, round the outside of Leclerc. That's very big for my championship. Come on. Oh, that's a lovely move. Spontaneous action from Fernando Alonso scrapping has allowed me to overtake Leclerc. Now I'm giving it to someone, Fernando Alonso. Around the outside. Remember, I'm on the way. What's happened here? Why am I the only hit? I'm the only geezer on mediums. Wheel to wheel with Alonso. Around the outside. He's still in it. No, I've got the place. What a start. Plus 2 places. 1.5 sectors in. Why? Okay, so everyone else has gone medium, what? Soft, surely not soft medium. Okay, well, if they're doing soft medium, I might have to do an alternate strategy, flip it round, do a medium soft, if that's the case. That's probably what I'm going to have to do to actually keep up with this lot. But we finished lap 1, and that went about 72.6 times better than I thought it would. We crossed the line. I am outside of Russell's DRS already. That's unideal. Fernando Alonso behind me. I don't even know if unideal is a word. Someone look it up and tell me in the comments. Thanks. But honestly, this is alright. I did lower my downforce before the race started in hopes of giving me a bit more extra straight line speed so that I can defend. Because that was my whole game plan. My whole game plan was just sitting in P6 and then just hard defending. But now I can do that same thing, but rather than being in P6, I'm in P4. Lovely. Alright, lap number 3. Got myself a nice little handy bit of DRS. And look at Lance Stroll. Currently out in P1, leading by over a second. What a driver. Hang on. We have a yellow flag somewhere. I'm going to assume that's behind, considering I can see the 3 in front of me and they're not stopping. It is going to be... Oh, that's tragic. Lewis Hamilton looking to get back up there in the points leaderboards. As engine failure. That's really tough. My condolences, Lewis Hamilton. You know, we like Hamilton on this channel now. And I feel bad for him, but the game's the game. Verstappen going for a move on Russell into turn 1. Doesn't get it off. I'm hoping that Verstappen does do a dive bomb on his biggest rival, both in-game and in real life, Posh Spice George Russell. And that allows me to third party it and get them both, or at least one of them. That's what I'm hoping happens. I've noticed that at the exit of this corner, the AI like really fast. I'm wondering if they just dump their battery, but it's a bit of an odd place to do it, but to be honest, it is working. They get very close to passing me. Can we also just take a moment to appreciate my pace on these medium tyres? Everyone around me on the softs, and I am keeping up with the front, like I'm right here. One little error, I'm through. I still don't know what strategy I'm going to run. I still think I'm going to go onto the soft tyres when I next stop. It's just, I have to obviously call it myself when to go in. But I reckon I'll probably just do, like, what I do in F1 Manager. I just wait until my lap times are really bad, like, half a second off, like, from where I am. So as soon as I get into, like, you know, the mid-15s, I'll probably just go then. And actually, here goes Verstappen. Go on. Fight, fight, fight. Fight really hard. No, that was a very clean pass by Verstappen. You know what? Fair play. I reckon there could be a move on here, you know. I've got a lot of ERS to spare. Verstappen seems to have run out. He's going for a move on Russell. That's going to stop me from going for a move. That's really cringe. Russell has a bit of oversteer. Doesn't matter. That's really annoying. We have another yellow flag. It's going to be one of the RBs, Perez or Sonoda. Is now off the track. I don't know if they've spun. Engine failure. We don't really know. We don't really care either, to be honest. But that's the issue that I'm having. The AI keep just overtaking each other down the straight cleanly, and that's not really allowing me much of an opportunity to get past them, because I definitely don't have the straight line speed, because by the time I catch up to them, they're making an overtake on the car ahead of them. So I'm genuinely stuck in P4. Alright, sorted. FUTcrim up to P2 in this race. You know what? That was gorgeous. I ain't going to say anything more than that. That was unbelievable. So now I'm up into the area of P2. 2.3 seconds off Lance Stroll. He's gone. I'm not even going to attempt to catch this geezer. He is quite literally in a league of his own at the moment. All I'm going to do is focus on staying ahead of Verstappen. Hopefully, this lap or next lap, the soft runners should be going in. And honestly, I might also go in, but then what do I go on? Because if I go on the softs, I won't make it to the end. And if I go on hards, I'll be really slow. I actually don't know what tyre to go on. Because don't get me wrong, the mediums are still okay. But old mediums compared to new mediums, I think the new mediums are going to be, like, considerably faster. As you can see, I am over a second slower than my fastest lap. So, choices. Honestly, I think I'm going to stop this lap. Realistically, if I stay out, like, 3 or 4 laps longer than these lot, they're, you know, oh, I've gone off. Them on the new medium tyres are going to blitz past me and just sail off into the distance. I need to stop on the same lap as them and then just try and defend. That's my only way I'm going to finish P2 in this race. Plus, my tyres are finished anyway. They are definitely in the undrivable stage at this point. Very, very slippery on the rear, you know. It's very difficult to drive. I've somehow gained a lot of time on Lance Stroll, though. I think the soft tyres might finally be dying, and wow, that's interesting. Lance Stroll stays out. Okay, so there could actually be a potential undercuttage at play here. What's the pit stop looking like? That is unbelievable. I'm out, brand new hards, no trouble to stop, auto release, we're back out ahead of Verstappen. I just noticed as well, my objective was to do a 1 minute 20.040. Even though I came in the pits, I still did a 1 minute 20.037. So I know it postpones the objective, but I was still faster than it even though I came in the pits. Disgraceful. Or I've been on these tyres for like 4 corners. I can already tell that they are considerably faster than, you know, old softs and old mediums. So I think this was a really good call. I don't know if I'll be able to defend from Verstappen just because he's a lively bloke. On the brand new tyres that are, you know, a softer compound to me, it might be over for me to Verstappen. But we'll see how we get on. As you can see, Lance Stroll at the end of the pit lane is exiting. Where are we going to come out compared to him? Hang on a minute. This is going to be very close. I think Stroll is going to be ahead, but it's by like nothing. Lance Stroll is now within DRS range of FUTcrim, and I don't have the pace to keep up with him, but we're going to give it a good go, because if I can stay within DRS range of him, that would be huge in my attempt to win this race, and if I can't, stay ahead of Verstappen, because obviously I can just get pulled along by DRS. Currently finding it extremely difficult to hang on to Lance Stroll. I still don't know how I've got DRS. I really shouldn't have at this stage, but I'm getting DRS by like half a tenth to 1/10. Like, it is so unbelievably close, but I'm still here. I'm still close-ish. I just don't think I've got enough to go for a win, but you never know. The mediums might fall off by the end of this race, and then I shall attack, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, I'm not entirely sure what's happened, but my pace has just got extremely better. Like, a lot better. I am now multiple tenths faster than I was like 2 laps ago. I'm very, very confused. Oh, and I've gone a bit wide. But, okay, the situation has changed completely. This has gone from utterly unwinnable to, hang on, there's a chance here. This is incredible. Alright, 5 laps remaining, and this is looking really good at this stage. Tyres are still hanging on. They're about there, they're still okay. But as you can see, I have managed to replenish all of my energy recovery system. It is now full to the brim at 100%, and Stroll is still just in front of me. And as you can see as well, I've been given the objective to overtake him. I've been given the hurry up by the team. I don't want to rush things though, because I feel like if I go for the move now, then he'll just be able to get me back with DRS down the main straight the lap after. So I might try and wait until the final lap, but Verstappen is going to make that very difficult. Alright, we're approaching the penultimate lap of the race. I'm going to have to pass Stroll now, because what's happened is that Verstappen is now faster than Stroll. So I'm just going to have to in-face try and get past Stroll, and then just hope that I can defend on the final lap with ERS. That's what I'm going to have to do, because if I don't overtake him now, Verstappen has a chance to actually go past the both of us down the main straight. And of course, I'd rather Stroll win than Verstappen, but above those two, I'd rather myself win. So, let's see about it. At the final corner, to start lap 21 of 22, this should be a relatively easy pass. As you can see, I am already right up Stroll's arse, and to take the lead of the Imola Grand Prix, here we come, round the outside, and kabooey, there it is. Ayrton Senna leads the Imolarian Grand Prix. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play the tactics card, and I'm actually going to turn off my ERS through Sector 2 to allow me to build some of that back up and obviously just dump it down the main straight. The main straight on the final lap, that's my only threat, realistically speaking. Alright, using that tactic, I've managed to harbour 90% overtake, which should be enough. We go around the penultimate corner. There we go. Into the final corner to start the final lap of this race. Here we go. I'm going to dump 100% overtake down the straight. Come on. Get me in the lead. Here comes Lance Stroll. He's going to go to the inside. He's gone the wrong way. What an idiot. He went the wrong way. Oh, you absolute clown. If he went round the other way to the right of me, he probably would have got the place. I was not expecting that level of straight line speed from the Aston Martin. Jeez Louise, I was not ready for that. But that should be my only threat, realistically. I think, I hope. And am I seeing a bit of rain? I think I'm seeing some rain here on the final lap. I am. Cool, if that came a couple laps earlier, that could have been race ending. Into Aqua Minerale for the final time this race. Oh, it's lovely. On the exit, into my favourite chicane, where I've been extremely quick. In, out, exit away, and see you later. I, just like Japan, do not have a clue how I'm getting this result. Unlike Japan, the car has been tremendous today, and I've really enjoyed it. So from being P20 after my first quali lap, I end the race P1. How? I don't understand how. I seriously don't get it. How I managed to do these things. Because, like, that's the thing. After my first lap of quali, I was like, oh, the car's, like, you know, it's okay. I'm not quick, but a top 10 would be ideal. Go and qualify P6. I think that is everything that I and the car has to offer. Go into the race. I guess that was just strategy diff. Because you saw the first couple of laps when Stroll was on the mediums and I was on the hards, I was a bit slow. I was considerably slower. I was only just getting DRS, and then all of a sudden, it just flipped around and suddenly I was, you know, driving like a 19-time world champion. I have no idea, but what a win. Here's the final results for you all. Unfortunately missed out on the fastest lap to Charlie by 0.2 of a second, but I don't get it. I seriously don't. I don't understand. That's on 110 AI, by the way. Nuts. Excuse me. To be P6 and think this is pretty good, and then go on to drive all the way to a P1? How? I have no idea. Lando Norris fails to score points. That's his first pointless race this whole season. Let's take a look at the standings. So, of course, I'm going to be extending my championship lead in the drivers. We now lead by 13 over Verstappen, 14 from Stroll, and 16 from Leclerc. This is still a four-way fight for this championship. Also, 71 points. Lando is behind me. That's tough. The constructors, I don't think is going to be a very pretty sight. Okay, honestly, it's not as bad as I thought. We actually only lost 3 points to Aston Martin, and we are still P2. I thought we might have dropped down to P4. But wow, what a race. I want to take a look at my lap times there at the end, because they felt pretty consistent. I was wrong. They're not consistent at all. But that's going to be all from me for round number 5 of Season 3 of my Ayrton Senna driver career. Best race of the season? Most likely. Unbelievable. That's all from me. Like and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will see you lot next time. Goodbye. Whew, that was a good bit of fun.